welcome to the City Show. Pat O Melia here, enjoying my coffee. Rather lukewarm coffee. You, concerned resident there, that's why we do this show. Let's start right out of the box. Important. You got those pictures from the vaccination site? Let's start rolling some of them. Last week, I was down at the new vaccination site here in Jersey City for the COVID-19 vaccine. It's at Ferris High School, just off Montgomery Street, easy to get to. They just pretty much set it up when I was down there. I was taking some pictures. Stacy Flanagan did an excellent job. That is up and running. If you need to, make an appointment. If you have not gotten your vaccine yet, I have not. I was thinking about it when I was down there, but I figured, I should probably follow proper procedure, even though I was there, one many people. What you want to do is call City Hall, the Health Department line at 201-547-5688. 201-547-5688. Get your name on the list. Stacy will put your name on there. You go down to Ferris High School. Actually, there was parking too, since the school isn't open. You can get down there, you can park, get in, get your shot. Now, right now, they're using the Pfizer Moderna. J&J is coming out with a one shot. You got to make a decision. Do you want the one shot or the two shot? I'm okay with the one shot. I'll take whatever they're. It's hard for me to keep appointments with this business that I'm in, so I would prefer the one shot, but I'm going to take the two if I can get them. Whatever I'm getting first, I'm getting, and that's what you should do first. Whatever's available, get it. Talk to your doctor. Our topics today, we're going to talk about trash and recycling and why you're going to have to start paying for this, the Jersey City school budget, city bike, and donation pressure. And when I get into it, you'll understand what I mean. All right, you're watching the City Show? I'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
We're back, City Show. Pat O Melia here. You there? Just recently talking about COVID-19 vaccine. J&J got the approval on there. It's like 70% effective, which is good with me. And I believe Merck just agreed today to assist in the manufacturing. So within a month or so, we should have a lot of vaccines available to get everybody inoculated here in New Jersey. It's like 9 million people. The sooner you get it, the sooner we get out from this cloud. And again, speak to your doctor, make your appointment, find out which one's better for you. I think they're all about the same. The only difference is one is 2 shots, one is 1 shot. And if you're like me, let's get the one and go. Trash and recycling. For years and years and years in Jersey City and most cities, and I just found out, and I shouldn't say most cities, in about maybe half the towns and cities in New Jersey, your trash is picked up as part of your property taxes. And that went on since like the dawn of time. Dinosaurs would pick up the garbage. That's going to change. And the reason is the price of recycling has gone through the roof. Cost of trash and recycling has increased from approximately $4 a ton to $80 a ton. In Philadelphia, they just got a bid in for $170 a ton. A couple of years ago, $4 a ton. 170. Philadelphia's a big city. Jersey City's a big city. You're going to get a bill for garbage and recycling for about $300 a year through the MUA. And at first, I was the same as you. I said, we're going to pay for this. But I used to represent a waste transfer station here in New Jersey. And I worked a lot with the HCIA, and they used to, get the bids. At one time, that was a revenue generator, recycling and trash, because we were selling that to China. and we were getting good money in it. Everybody was making money. That all changed. What changed and what drove the price of recycling astronomical right now is China. Yes, thank you, China. You probably gave us COVID-19, plus you jacked up our recycling rates. In China, who was our major exporter of our trash and recycling, they changed their procedures because we don't really need a lot of it anymore, I suppose. They have mandated now that all the recycling and trash they receive can have no more than 1.5 contamination, which is impossible to achieve. On the best day, on trash pickup, the trash and recycling you pick up, is the milk container, there's milk in it, considered contaminated. Paper, whatever, contamination is almost impossible to avoid. On the average, about 30% is contaminated. To achieve 1.5, you would have to literally sift through this manually, find that clean paper, that clean cardboard, that clean glass, that clean plastic. Somewhere down the line, we're going to have to change how we deal with our trash. Because right now, we're creating it. We're not shipping it out of here anymore to China, so we're storing it, and that costs money. Somewhere along the line, we got to figure out a way that we're going to handle this. And there's a couple of options open right now. One is you're going to have a lot of barrels in the front of your house. You're going to have to clean the plastic, clean the glass, make sure the newspaper and the cardboard and the paper is pristine. There's no contamination. Nobody spilt any tomato sauce on it, any of that kind of thing. There's going to be one for organic. There'll be one for the paper, one for the cardboard, one for plastic, one for glass. There'll be a whole slew of these outside. Or we go back to the old days where we incinerated it. And the people's heads just exploded. What? Incinerated? Yes. There are actually 4 active incinerators in New Jersey. The closest one to us is Rawway. At one time, the county had purchased Copper's Coat, which had just recently sold 165 acres. That was going to be our incinerator. At one time, that was a huge polluter. You burn it off, there's filters and buffers and all. It's not the big polluter it used to be. I don't know if that's the future. Or the future is us having like 8 garbage cans where we're going to have to sort all through this, clean it, take a brush, bottle cleaners and all that. That may be the future. But until we can figure out how to handle this, it's going to cost, and it's going to start costing even more now. Like I said, for Jersey City never charged as part of the property taxes. Now it's going to be about an additional $300 a year. And normally I would fight full of tooth and nail over an increase, but I understand it. And, 7, 8 years ago, we were getting millions. Now we're not getting anything. We're paying multiple million to get rid of the garbage. Either we find another way to handle this. Maybe the city should start handling itself. That might be an option, but somehow we got to control the cost. But in the long run, we got to figure out what to do with the plastic, the paper, the organics, whites. That would be, refrigerated and washing machines. All that has to go somewhere. And the problem is, it's now costing money for it to go somewhere. So someone smarter than me is going to have to figure this out. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, located right off of NJ 440 North. Across the Hudson Mall is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. Check out Ford's latest models like the 2020 Ford Fusion with its stylish looks and hybrid options, or the unparalleled high-performance 2020 Ford Mustang. The 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor is ready for those rugged off-road terrains with trail control. Need a mid-sized truck for your towing and hauling? The 2020 Ford Ranger will deliver. The 2020 Ford Escape is a luxury SUV that was made for comfort and adventure on the go. Returning is Ford's legendary Bronco, which takes you back to the true meaning of off-roading. They are now available for pre-order in our showroom or on our website. Let us help you find your next vehicle. Stevens Jersey City Ford, 201-432-7272.
We're back. Pat O Melia here. City Show, you there? Now, the other thing that is draining the pockets of many people, this one is Jersey City, but this is happening all over. Actually, in Monmouth County, we're talking about school taxes. Monmouth County is going to do a test where they're going to condense a couple of school districts. and see how this works. It's going to be very successful. Well, let's stay where we are right now. Jersey City, we just lost $71 million in state funding. We're looking at more than that, so it's bad, but it's not as bad as we thought. But we got $48 million or so from the CARES Act through the feds, so that leaves us at a loss of around $21 million. This is all approximation numbers. The school budget is like $736 million. That's a lot. Losing $21 million out of that's like 3%, 4%. You should be able to handle that, but they're not. When faced with budget cuts before, the Jersey City Board of Ed actually increased their budget by $100 million. They raised your taxes 37%. They're getting money from the payroll tax. And even though they were facing this budget shortage, they raised the expenses by $100 million. You know that's going to happen again. We need to get a handle on the Jersey City, but if it's that much, we'll have to deal with it. But prove it to us that it's that much. Prove it to us that it's $736 million. Lay it all out. Let's have the mayor send in a forensic team. Let's go through this. You know, teachers, you know, we need all our teachers. But everything else involved in the schools, they're up for discussion. They're up for review. We need a true dollar amount of what the Jersey City Board of Education budget should be. Where's the money going? You know, we just had the thing, a rule that 2 full-time union employees, school employees, can do 100% union work that you're paying for. I think that's incredibly insane, but that's the New Jersey we're in now. We need to know exactly what that budget is. It is basically an unchecked budget. It's an unchecked budget with a group that has the power to tax you, which they just did, 37%. You know, we have a city and a mayor that is pretty much on property taxes held the line. You know, since he's been mayor, Mayor Fulop, he had an initial, I think it was around 6% 8 years ago when he first came in, and since he was first elected till now, he raised the taxes 2%. So Fulop has done all he can to hold the line on property taxes. Now listen, he's raised everything else. You know, the water bills went up, tickets went up. You know, he's getting money from everywhere he can, but he didn't reach into your pocket through your property taxes. He basically raised user fees. You know, you don't get a ticket. Conserve the water, all that kind of stuff that we can kind of control to the most part, where you really can't control your property taxes. He's done that. I have a city and a mayor that's made budget cuts where they could to hold the line, especially during the pandemic. Board of Ed had not done that. The Board of Education, the new president, young guy, said, you know, there's going to be a tax increase. It's not going to be as bad as the last time, but there's going to be a tax increase. Before we get hit again, and we just got hit with 37% increase, lay it out. Prove to the people of Jersey City the budget is $736 million. $736 million. Show us. Show us the money. We need an accounting of the Jersey City School. It's simple as that. Show us. Show me why charter schools can run cheaper than the public schools. That may be a starting point. You know, they're running around 20, 30% cheaper than the public school. Maybe that's where we start looking. But the Jersey City Board of Ed owes it to the people of Jersey City to show us why they need all this money. Mayor Fulop is going to have to put his foot down and say, you got to show us the expense here. When I was talking about with Monmouth, they're going to condense some school districts. We have more school districts than we have municipalities in New Jersey. And each one of them has some related expenses. They have superintendents, they got assistant superintendents, deputy superintendent, all sorts of levels of payrolls. That if you start condensing these school districts, you immediately lose some payroll. Nobody wants to lose a job, but it's just gone effing ridiculous with the school taxes. Not just in Jersey City, everywhere it's a huge problem. We have, I think it's 584 school districts in a state that has 565 municipalities. We can condense that. I know Senator Sweeney was talking about having county school districts where you have 21 school districts. You will shake out a lot of upper management salaries. I know in the Tom Rivers show that I host, I think we did a story with, I think it was $172 million a year just in superintendent salaries and assistants and deputies. You're paying for that. We need an accounting. All right, you're watching The City Show? We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. Pat O'Melia here. You there, City Show? We've got to figure a way of cutting the school budget. Now listen, like I said, show us the budget, show us why you need all this money, and then we'll deal with it. But I really doubt if they need all that money. Yeah, simple as that. You know, we're talking about affordable housing. How can we create affordable housing in Jersey City? And affordable, it's an issue all over. You got to make things affordable. If we have a skyrocketing school budget, and that's it for affordable housing, you raise the taxes, he raised the rent. Eventually, right now, there's a rent freeze hike, but eventually that's going to expire and there's going to be a big jump in rents. And you know, the funny thing, there's a rent freeze and there's no evictions. Foreclosures are going through. Landlords are losing their buildings because they can't make the mortgage payments. We got to make things more affordable. You know, like I said, if the budget is legit, it's legit. But show it to us. Hoboken and Jersey City and City Bike, they all did a group hug, and they're gonna expand into Hoboken. It will be the City Bike that we know and love here in Jersey City. Will be in Hoboken. There's going to be an additional 950 new bikes. I don't know if they're the pedal ones or the E ones. You see a lot of the e-bikes now. Jersey City will be getting 650 new bikes. Hoboken will be getting 300, and Jersey City will be getting 16 new docking stations scattered all through the city. They did that once before, and they found out outside of downtown, not a lot of ridership. I am not the biggest fan of the bike movement. That is well documented. I appreciate people who want to ride bikes. I used to ride a bike. I used to ride bikes all around Jersey City. Made it every day. Wherever I was going, I made it home. All my friends did. We all did too. We had no protected bike lanes. We didn't have any of the things you have today. Crosswalks, stuff like that, lights, none of that. But we all made it. We were like 8 or 9. Since we had the big snowstorm at the beginning of February, I remember we got like 16 inches, and there was some more snowstorms there, 4 inches here, 5 inches there. There was some ice storms. It was cold. There was rain. God strike me dead if I seen more than 5 bikes in the last month in Jersey City. I swear to you, I have not seen, and I think 2 of them that I seen were the Chinese food guy. And I think those were e-bikes. They weren't even pedaling bikes. Again, God strike me dead now if I seen more than 5 bikes. I didn't. I probably seen like 3 or 4. Now I'm mainly in the Heights in Jersey City, but you know I have to expand out sometimes. Now, I was up on Journal Square. I had a meeting at City Hall. I had to go down to City Hall. Went down Montgomery Street. They got the green line, the green bike lane. Not a bike anywhere. We're squeezing the road, but nobody's on the bikes. I was at the county building, Newark Avenue. No bikes. Why? Well, it's pretty bad weather, right? We had snow, we had ice, we had more snow. Kind of hard to ride a bike when it's cold, snowy, and ice. That's why bikes aren't a practical mode of transportation. Now in the spring you want to pedal around, fine with me. My problem is we're dedicating surface space on our roads, and we're losing parking for bike lane that aren't going to be used 365 days a year. Now, through this terrible weather, again, 16, 18 inches of snow, then we had 4 inches, then we had another 4 inches and 5 inches, we had rain, we had ice storms. Cars were out there, trucks were out there, buses were out there, delivery vans were out there. I'm trying to sneak around them on Central Avenue as they're making deliveries. Everybody was out except bikes. City bike by Persian Field, it was been loaded up. You're not going to ride bikes in that kind of weather. If it is friggin' snowing, you're not riding a bike. If it is cold, you're not riding a bike. As I'm taping this, the real field outside is 11 degrees. I see no bikes today because the real field is 11 degrees outside. So that is my problem with the bikes. This political correctness thing, it's a thing to do right now. There's more bike lanes, let's get more bike lanes. They're not being utilized enough for us to give up the street footage. Simple as that. And it's just not a practical mode of transportation. I know Ron and the bike JC is going nuts right now. It's not a practical mode of transportation. I don't begrudge people want to ride a bike, but don't, narrow my streets up. Lose parking, which is so vital, especially a guy from the Heights, for a mode of transportation. It's just not practical. It's not 365 days a year. Simple as that. And that one of the things they used to say, well, for good exercise. Now they're riding e-bikes. Not even an exercise anymore. And those bikes, those e-bikes, should be registered and should be insured like we used to have in the old moped days. Not a practical mode of transportation. All right, I'm going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintoproperties.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back. Pat O'Melia here, City Show, you there? Some bike people are cursing at me right now, but this guy's not practical. Donating, we're a generous group, Americans. New Jersey is very generous. If there's an issue, we'll donate. And I donate monthly. I have my regular donations. I donate every month to St. Jude's. Then St. Jude, Marlo Thomas sends me a letter that she needs a little extra money. Send a little extra money. I donate to the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars. ASPCA, I donate, even though there are some issues with that. If I can help dogs and cats, fine, I'm a big animal guy. Anything I can do to help children, I'm in. The studio has done telethons and fundraisers. We do what we can. For that matter, I'm thinking about donating to the Shriners because they help kids all the time. I'm pretty generous, and especially when it comes around the holidays, I'll get something. It looks like a good organization. I'll do a little research on them, and on the donation it says it's a one-time donation of whatever it is, $100. You check that off. And they still send you things. I get these all the time. What bothers me, my generosity, is being abused, because when I donate to an organization, They either sell or exchange my information to every other organization. And they start sending me things. Return address labels for envelopes. I don't want to use it because I'm not donating to this organization, so I got to shred that. Somebody sent me a shiny nickel. The return labels are a big thing. I actually got a pair of socks sent to me. Pens are sent to me. Now, I don't want to use that. Funny thing is, the people who I do donate to all the time, very seldom send me anything. The ones I donate monthly to, no pens. But it really aggravates me when, we're Americans, we're generous. And I write, some of these are monthly, they come right out of my checking account. And I'll write them at one time, $100, and then they just keep sending me. I got to shred this because my ID's on there. I agree with all the worthy causes. Like I said, I'm going to probably, as we get through this pandemic thing, work with the Shriners, because they're always working with kids. And if it's a worthy cause, I'm happy to do it. Especially when it comes around the holidays. And listen, I understand, not all, these needs are yearly, but and I'm already donating to 4 or 5 places now, and there's always something during the course of the year I donate. And I don't mind donating, but don't badger me constantly by sending me all these envelopes, all these trinkets and trash in there that have my name and address on it that I got to destroy, or take the marker and mark it all out. I get flooded with these requests all the time. And it gets to the point where, do I really want to donate if somebody's going to take my name and sell it or exchange it with other charities or 501c, whatever the case is? I go to the post office and I get my P.O. boxes full with this stuff. I'm going to donate, but let me pick and choose when and who I want to donate. I'm sure all these organizations are good, and like I said, when it comes around for the holidays, I'm like the softest touch there can be. But for the rest of the year, I get, like somebody's sending me socks. It was small socks. It wouldn't even fit me. That I put in one of those donation bins here. I'm not going to use this, but I wound up having to de-identify these things, get my name off there. And I want to be generous, but it really gets you after a while, like, why are they selling my information? Because I'm getting solicitations from organizations I never heard of. And that's somebody selling it. And I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's St. Jude's, because I've been dealing with them for years. It's over the last couple of years I've been getting. I don't think it's the VFW or the ASPCA. It's some of these other places that I donated to during the holidays. So that I don't know if they're selling it or they're exchanging my info, but it really aggravates me. But I am a generous person. I will continue to donate. I'd rather not get all these solicitations. I'll find the worthy organizations to donate to. Like I said, Shriners, it looks like I'm going to go with them. Also, I'm thinking Wounded Warriors is another one I'm going to probably start donating to. Like I said, I'm a generous guy, but don't friggin' inundate me with all these requests and you jam up my P.O. box. Like I said, I'm generous to a fault. Don't take my information and sell it to other organizations. All right, we're at a show. You be good, you be safe. Don't remember everything on the screen. Love me on Facebook. Like us on YouTube, all that. You be good, you be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.